Courtesy to your fellow media members, as well as to the coaches and student athletes, please silence your cell phones. When we get to the question and answer period, please provide your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conference. Reminder that recording of the press conferences on cell phones but on video is prohibited, and we'll address to questions from the room first, and then we'll have some Zoom questions, hopefully. David, please give us an overview.
Yeah, I thought Notre Dame played really well, and they pitched really well. Pete struggled just getting to really arm side, and when he tried to go there, the ball was cut on him. But he competed. He just had way too much traffic and too many things happening that we just couldn't overcome. We kind of minimized until the one inning. And then offensively, they did a great job of just pitching hard in with both fastball and cutter, and then mixing a changeup and occasional fastball away. So, they deserved to win. I thought they were better than us tonight. And we'll regroup, practice tomorrow, and bounce back for a Sunday game.
Okay, first we'll start off with questions for the student athletes. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get one of the hand mics to you. Once again, name and affiliation. So we'll start with Mr. Bowles right here.
Kirk Bowles from the American Statesman. Dylan, can you talk about Bertrand? And I know you did pretty well tonight, but you seemed to kind of keep the rest of the guys in knots. Were they chasing pitches out of the strike zone, or anything special he was doing?
Yeah, well, I feel like he was just more like a pitchability guy, not really had like a lot of velo to beat us, but he was landing his slider and stuff, and kind of gave us some trouble with that, and just kind of overall just missing our barrels the whole day, and we just couldn't really figure him out.
Okay, over here.
Mark Garland, CWS 247. Dylan and Tristan, how long do you guys give yourselves to think about today's game and then versus flushing it and getting ready for Sunday?
Dylan, start, please.
I'd probably say think about it a little bit tonight. Just look at the game as a whole, see what we can do better, and then tomorrow it's a whole new day, flip the page, and get ready for practice and get ready for A&M the next day.
Tristan?
Yeah, I'd say it's just more of a, learn what happened, learn from the mistakes, kind of make the adjustments, and then move on. Tomorrow's a new day. We've been in this situation in the past, and so just move on and get back to work.
You're up here in front.
Joe Cook, Inside Texas. Tristan, when you came into the game, did you think that you were going to have like a 2-inning outing, or did you think the rest of the game was yours?
I just throw until they get the ball in my hands. I don't really go in there with the expectations of when I come out. It's just whenever the Coach Pierce comes out here and takes the ball, that's when I'm done.
Okay, Travis?
Travis Brown with the Bryan College Station Eagle. I know a lot of thoughts coming into a rivalry game in the second game, no matter what happens. Your thoughts on facing A&M and what that'll mean for y'all on the field and for the fans in the stands?
I'd say we just kind of look at it as just another game. I mean, I know it's bigger than that, but if we go into the game thinking like, oh, this is a big game, like we don't want to get like sped up and stuff, so we just want to like take it one pitch at a time and just try to minimize as much as we can.
It's just another game at the end of the day. Not a lot of teams like us anyway, so there's nothing new with that. So it's just another game.
Okay, Kirk, up here.
Kirk Bowles from the American Statesman. Tristan, could you explain the whole balk situation, what your thought process and what you did?
It was just a miscommunication with me and Skylar. It's definitely unfortunate, but just a miscommunication.
Did you think he was going to be on the base?
Yeah.
Okay, down here to the left.
Yeah, Jeff Howe, Horns 24/7, Tristan, DC, whichever you guys wants to take this. I know this isn't where you want to be, but kind of piggybacking on what you guys talked about earlier. You guys have talked all year about keep going, fighting back from adversity, and you guys were here last year losing the first game and having to fight your way back. I mean, is there at least, I don't know, I don't want to say silver lining, but at least there's familiarity with where you guys are right now?
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, we've been in this situation last year. Big thing is, kind of what we've been preaching is next pitch. We can't think big picture. We can't be looking 3 games ahead, 2 games ahead. Our next target now is A&M, and we just go from there, and we take it one game at a time, one pitch at a time.
Okay, we have a Zoom question here.
Let's go to Danny Davis with a question.
He's no longer there? Well, goodbye. Okay, any other questions for the student athletes? Okay, guys, we'll see you Sunday afternoon. Thank you. A reminder that the locker rooms are closed. Y'all can go. Locker rooms are closed to all media members at all times. If you have any other questions, Kevin is the guy to talk to, Kevin Rodriguez. Kirk? Which one? Kendall first? Okay.
Kendall Rogers, D1 Baseball. David, what are you kind of seeing a little differently from Pete the last couple of weeks and maybe before? Are you seeing him maybe getting a little tired, a little worn down, or is it not really that?
Well, I mean, he took the ball and felt like he was very fresh. He had a good week. I just think that he's just not getting the arm side, and I don't know if he's cutting the ball. I know he's cutting the ball and just, working around it a little bit, but and his slider hasn't been as sharp either. But it's just he's frustrated. He's frustrated about it. But on the back end of the season, I'm sure he could be a little tired, fatigue. He's not going to go there and use that as an excuse, but he just hasn't been as sharp, and I can't pinpoint why.
Kirk.
First game, y'all haven't had an extra base hit all year long. Obviously, the pitcher really pitched well. I was curious on your thoughts on the mentality at the plate. Were they expanding the strike zone for them or chasing high pitches, or what did you see?
I didn't think we'd chase a lot of pitches. I thought he made a lot of pitches, honestly. He's really good on the inside corner to right-handers, and we've been so good against left-handers this year, throughout our lineup. And both he and Finley are very different because they trust their slider back in, and they can pinpoint where they want to throw it. And they throw it for strikes, and then they'll run it all the way in just off the plate. But they also have the ability to use the other side of the plate, especially with the changeup. So I just credit that, two veteran kids that did a great job of pitching. And I know we were ready. We had extra period of work, and our preparation was right, but just wasn't our day. We had a couple line drives back-to-back there. Could have changed some things. Just we couldn't get that flow going, and we just couldn't get their traffic off the bases all day. And so we were just constantly under stress defensively and pitching.
Okay, any more questions for Coach Pierce? Yeah, over here.
Saw him charting, but just to confirm, Lucas tomorrow or on Sunday?
Because of the extra day, I haven't made that decision yet. Good.
And Kirk again? If you identify yourself, I'll let you do it.
I'm still Kirk Bowles, the American Statesman. The two bang-bang plays, David, especially the one at the plate, how did you see it, and did it unsettle your team any?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we should have reviewed the first one at first base, and we actually got that one overturned, and I agreed with it. The one at the plate, to me, it looked very difficult to overturn. Just couldn't see where they had enough or conclusive evidence to actually change the call, but evidently they did. And that was a factor because we get out of the inning potentially and give up 2 instead of 3. So you take the balk out of there, which was a communication issue. It was a call that they didn't have the right communication on, and that's from the field. So that didn't, you take that run away, you take that play, and it stands, and it's a 4-3 game, and so maybe it's different. But, the review has been good. It's been beneficial. It's just unfortunate.
Okay, we'll go over here first, and then to you, Travis.
Noah Darling, CWS 247. Ivan Melendez went 1 for 4 tonight. Did you notice Notre Dame do anything special to try and contain him tonight?
Well, he's went 1 for 4. I mean, he's not going to go 4 for 4 every night. He did a good job of pitching him. Is that it?
Travis had one last question here.
Travis Brown of the Bryan College Station Eagle. No, it's a rivalry game coming up, an elimination game. What does that can mean for your players and especially the fan base?
It's going to be huge for our fan base. I mean, these guys downplayed it, and they should. We just can't get caught up into playing Texas A&M. We have to keep it about us and just do our prep. And they're good. They swing the bats well. They're a good team, and so it wouldn't matter if it was A&M or whomever. It's just a game that we're playing for our lives to continue, our baseball lives for this year. And I know our guys will be ready to go. I don't want them playing tight. I'm going to go out there and relax and just let it fly and see what happens. But, yeah, I think it's huge for our fan base. It'd be nice if it was in the winner's bracket, but it's not.
David, thank you.
All right.
We'll talk to you on Sunday.
Thank you.
Remember that a recording of this press conference will be available at the NCAA Digital Media Hub. Transcripts are provided by ASAP and will be posted shortly.